We are broadcasting, as I like to say. Cyrate Prostate here on the weekly Cream Stream. All right, cyberspace cadets, let's get ready to rock and roll. We got some new peeps in the house and some old peeps. So we'll start out with the new peep. One of them, the newest of the peeps, is Thorn Inside. Introduce yourself and say howdy.
Howdy. My name is Thorn. You can just call me Thorn. I run a channel over on my own page, which you can find in my Twitter handle, which is at Lady of Misrule. That's Lady with an I, of with a 0. I'd like to say what I do, but on Sunday everything's going to be changing quite a bit. So if y'all want to tune in, it would be pretty interesting. I stream live Bad Optics at noon Central Standard Time.
Sweet. All right. And the old regulars.
Well,
jump in.
This is going to be a nice creamy stream here we got going on. Going to see more cream than you've ever seen on any cream stream. So T-Tax going to help make it extra creamy because he's been missing a lot of streams, so he's got a lot to make up for.
Yeah, I've got a backup. I'm building up.
Okay.
Yeah, so showing and introducing ourselves. I'm T-Tac, if you don't know. As far as what I'm doing, I think I'm going to have a new ditty out tomorrow.
Sweet.
So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Dude,
so,
what's it about? Tell us.
It's about
secret?
Our dead friend, the white YouTuber. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's so sad.
That motherfucker owes me money, god damn it.
I can't believe Whitey would just up and die on us like that. Like, what
they actually found actually the obituary is out. So he's been it's official. It actually happened. So everybody's gonna laugh and joke. I feel like shit.
No, I heard it was actually his back liver, man. It was really the back liver thing that they were all joking about and shit. And it was like, it
was complications.
Yeah.
Back liver will fuck you up.
That back liver will fuck you up, man. Yeah, your thing was kind of cute, Occam. I mean, it's the whole gender thing, and I like that. I thought it's a really funny. If you haven't seen Occam's Whitey eulogy, you should check it out. It's really good. It's really good. It. Funny.
Gemini feels like a piece of shit now for what he said.
Well,
See, Gemini, though.
Fuck him, he deserves it. Yeah, jumped the gun on that one, didn't you, buddy?
Gemini gave confirmation that it wasn't really a back surgery. I did receive information from Gemini. He said it was a sex change operation. The white YouTuber was trying to keep it on the down low, and kind of went awry.
It's gender reassignment surgery, man. Is what they call it. I mean, come on, that's what it's called.
I swear to God, I'm closing Twitter because if I see one more set of kids dressed up as Trump and Hillary in a prison uniform, I'm gonna start calling CPS. God damn it! Sorry.
Oh my god! I'm so clever. I'm putting my political affiliation on my children. Oh my god! Stop. There's no way in fuck kid wants to dress like that.
That's a stupid shit.
Seems like the
and even if a kid does, want to dress something like that, the only reason they want to is because their parents hammer them so hard with freaking beliefs that, this is right, this is truth, this, rather than, these are our opinions, think for yourselves. Nope, creating more lemmings.
And yet you still have people that deny that they're being indoctrinated.
And here's Silverblade. Thank you for joining us, brother. Say hey to everybody and tell us who you are and why you are what you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm me, and I'm me because my mommy and my daddy did some funny stuff one night, and 9 months later, I popped right out.
Elaborate, please.
He's doing some things. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that reminds me of a conversation that we can have later that will cringe the fuck out of a lot of people. Maybe we'll wait till there's some more people getting in the thing. Does everybody shield Twitter and everything? We get the
I think
maximum.
So.
views and shit.
Oh, I didn't show mine, but
I'll go. I think I retweeted your tweet about it earlier, but I'll go tweet about it right now.
Yeah, did you like that poster I made, man?
Yeah, that was a nice poster, nice logo.
Actually, that logo came. The Cream logo is from an old magazine, old rock and roll magazine from the 70s and 80s. Cream magazine. And it had this old, it had this like nifty little logo thing. It was done by this dude named Robert Crumb or R. Crumb that did the. His artwork is like legendary. If you look at it, it's just he did this great pen and ink style, and keep on trucking. Have you ever seen those T-shirts or that dude like waving his hand? It's real popular with deadheads and shit, pseudo hippies.
Proto hippie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put one of. I'll put a picture up in the chat here. If I can remember how to do
that. I can't ever remember how to do nothing anyway.
I can't remember how to do it. Fuck it.
Freedom Fighter, what's up? Freedom Fighter's in the chat.
Freedom Fighter, man. Yeah, he says he's trash too, man. Really? Yeah, he was hanging at the Peppy thing. Angry Peppy and Gasly. They had their white supremacy tonight. Yeah. Dude, it was rocking. It was funny as shit tonight. It had Tonka and Vamp Candy was on there for a wee bit.
Damn it. See, I missed that tonight. I missed tonight's because I didn't get home literally until about 15 minutes before the stream started.
Well, to boil it down, the important part that you learned is that men, you will finally will know if a girl really loves you when you can come in her face.
Yep.
That's according to Vamp Candy. Okay.
That's true love.
Well, then my husband knows that I love him.
I disagree.
Oh, snap.
I disagree. It's only true love when you guys can like poop with the door open and still leak each other in the face afterward.
That's right. And then there's farting in the bed and shit, stuff like that.
What if and she comes like, can you come in her face? Does that cancel out? Is that hate at that point?
Actually, there was a band that around where I live, and they were a great punk band. They did a song called "Suck My Dick While I'm Taking a Shit."
Blumpkin.
It's a funny as shit song, man. It's a great image too.
I'm not into Shiza porn.
It's right up there with Mushroom Cap Slap.
Come on, man. Everybody's got to have a little scat every once in a while.
No.
Everybody poops.
No.
Everybody poops. So,
yeah, but to take it to that extreme.
Oh God! All right, now we're having fun. Go ahead.
We're warmed up.
Like, there's a special bad thing gonna happen, I'm sure, by the end of this stream. Bad things. We're all gonna be reserving a place in hell.
Not bad.
We really need things.
I brought this up on the Ranting Monkeys thing when I was a guest on there a couple of weeks ago, and have you ever walked in on your folks while they were fucking, or in my case,
dude, no, because you're going to start kicking up some repressed memories here, and I don't.
Repressed memories aren't really a thing in the psychology community. You can't.
Hey, I don't care what the psychology community says. There's things I don't want to
memory.
reimagine.
It's still there.
Yeah. See, I never walked in on it. I just heard my mom like taking a pounding from like through the room or through the wall in the other room.
Dude, I walked down my folks, man, and my dad was going downtown on my mom, man. It was like, holy shit. It was the cringiest fucking. I mean, it's still.
What would have been cringy is if you say, "Get that shit, Dad."
He was literally eating at the line, man. It was hilarious.
Was he ass up?
In retrospect, but it's still fucking with me, man. It's I was so hungover too. I was like, I had drank like Everclear that night before, man. Y'all know what that is?
Oh yeah.
Yes, liquid blindness.
Yeah, exactly. It was that. I drank so much of that shit, and I was still a little drunk on it,
That's the shit they use to set the top of shots on fire.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is a flammable shit, and I
That's
would
the shit you use to clean yourself out.
exactly.
When we used to party in college, we used to get Everclear because it was cheap and it would get you really drunk. And we made the mistake of making Jello shots with it.
Oh yeah,
It was fucking horrible. It was the worst thing I've ever done.
did it even like jellify?
It
Mistake
gel
were
like
made.
it jellified, but it tasted horrible. I mean, it still tastes like you're eating rubbing alcohol.
Yeah,
It was fucking horrible. It was
shit's
not
nasty,
enjoyable
isn't
at all. Ugh.
The right answer was jungle juice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, we didn't have the patience.
punch,
for that
punch.
shit.
Yeah, that's what we call it, punch and stuff.
Jungle juice. I guess I've always just heard of it as jungle juice.
Yeah,
Buffalo. No. Yeah, I can't think of any other names that we wouldn't
it's
know.
like you mix all of. It's either
Well, like-
purple or red looking, and
My roommate's version was literally just Everclear and Tampico because he had a drinking problem. But yeah.
well,
I've never drank a drop in my life. That sounds like liquid rape right there.
Everclear is liquid rape. It is the closest. It is the closest you can get and have it still be legal
it's
and
just
not
so
like
nasty.
brewed in some redneck's backyard.
Not used for stripping paint off of things.
It's the cringy
You
dick.
could though. It's like it's 180 proof, which means it's 90% pure ethanol.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Freedom Fighter said it doesn't freeze.
Yeah, it won't freeze because it's it's
Too high of an alcohol content to freeze.
Yeah.
Correct.
I used to- When we stopped drinking Popoff and I started drinking Sky, I used to throw it in the freezer to keep it cold.
Pop off, man. That's the
Pop.
bottom shelf of love.
Oh,
Some
dude, it was-
pure
we used to get
love.
We used to get that shit from Kroger, and it was like $4, but it was the fuck, what's the word?
Gotta love the shit
the
that comes in
diluted
plastic
stuff.
bottles.
It was diluted. Ugh. It was horrible,
Pop
man.
off.
I fucking hated that shit. But I mean, it was cheap, and we got drunk, so that's all we cared about.
I hate vodka in general.
I had a friend that used to
Well,
get drunk
vodka's not
off.
fond of you either.
schnapps.
So.
I had a friend.
Vodka's not.
I had a friend that used to get drunk off of peach schnapps, and he would just kind of sit there at the kitchen table, kind of eyes closed, kind of slightly like he's about ready to fall asleep and pass out on the table, and then he just kind of snap out and go, "I feel good, na 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 na," and then he just goes right back to the fall asleep
Peach
mode.
schnapps,
Yeah,
pussy.
he'd be drinking it all day long though, not just like a pint at a time. He'd be like pints at a time.
But it's still like half sugar.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
sweetness would get to me, man. Because I know for a while we would drink cheer beers, like Mike's Hard Lemonade and stuff like that. And after a while, like I hit a point where it would just give me headaches when I drink them.
Peach schnapps tastes like to me. Have you ever bitten into a peach that you know is like hours from turning?
Yeah.
It's that kind of taste.
Oh yeah, when it turns, that's what
Okay.
it turns into. Alcohol. If it's good, it ferments. It's
Oh my!
good.
Did you see what Patrice posted over there? That you can put Everclear in the soap dispenser of a power washer and it will melt ice on concrete steps in the winter.
I believe that.
I believe it.
Multi-use. Oh shit! Fuck.
See, that's when you know it's good.
That's funny.
You got the good shit.
Or you can just talk to Dolphin Radio and buy some of his mead.
By the mead.
Mead is
Yeah.
as somebody else put it, fermented bee vomit. But it actually is really good shit.
Yep,
Bee
and
vomit?
it's the type of
That's
alcohol that gets you drunk without realizing how much you've drunk.
The sneaker drunk.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm getting called out by
I
William.
want to see if this works.
Does this sentence make sense
Oh,
to you
don't
guys?
pay Willie any
Hold on,
mind.
no. Hold on. Does this make sense to you guys? T-Tac wishes he was to a single stoner like Duel. Does that make sense? So, William, you tell me I
But
can't
you-
fucking read much.
I think you're kind of roboting out. Like,
Dog.
I remember.
Sorry
What are y'all
for the-
seeing? What are y'all seeing on the
Dog
screen
trying
right
to go.
now?
I'm seeing
Cream
green
stream 9.
Yeah. Yep. We see you presenting.
All right, that's what I'm just making sure. So it'll grab a thumbnail of it, and I'll be able to use it later. So, thanks.
Cool.
Wait, is this really the 9th cream stream?
Yeah, man.
Where you been, dude?
Can you believe it?
Hello?
You're there.
The first one was
somebody's
was at your
microphones.
place. All right, we done. We done playing.
Is my mic acting up?
Sounds
You sound good. Sound fine, man.
Oh, okay. I thought
We're good.
All right. So what we doing?
Is this really the 9th cream stream, though?
Yes.
It is, and we have 9 people watching.
You gotta realize, Akam, you missed a whole bunch of them.
Number 9.
I missed like the past 3, I think.
Number
3 or 4.
9.
Well, I didn't miss the past 3.
Number
I think
9.
what have I missed? Like maybe like 3 cream streams over the total amount we've done. And
Well, that's like 1/3 of them.
So you've missed 1/3. I was gonna say you just missed 1/3.
I thought you missed more than that because you were gone for like a good month or so.
No, because well, it
All right,
depends
we can
because there was a few streams I wasn't there, but over that month where I didn't really produce any videos, I was still joining some cream streams during that month.
I'm looking at them.
I just
Yeah,
wasn't
you were in the
active on
second
Twitter.
one.
Or YouTube.
Let's see. I'll pull up my roster here, and y'all keep talking. Just keep talking. Like,
Okay, actually, are you including? Because I know that this was actually before we officially titled it the Cream Stream. Because before you gave it the name the Cream Stream, it was called the Friday Night Stream. But we actually did it one time on my channel, and I just called it. I lumped it into my Razorcast.
The first
series.
one. We did the first one on your channel, dude.
Yeah. So it was like it's titled like I don't know, Razorcast number 6 stream with my bros or something like that. But it's actually kind of funny because how I remember the origins of this starting was it started. There was a week where I just got this random idea to get me, Silverblade, T-Tac, Irate, and Dual Wield all on a private hangout, and then we were all talking on the private hangout, and then we did it again the next week on a private hangout, and then Irate was like, hey, we need to do this on a live stream, and everyone else was like, yeah, let's do it on a live stream. So then we did it on my channel, and then Irate kind of took it over on his channel, and then eventually the cream stream started.
So yeah, you're on the 2nd and 3rd. All right, you missed the 4th. Let's see, you missed. No, you were on the 4th. You were on the 4th.
He was on the 5th too.
And 5th. You sure were.
I'm the asshole that was missing him. So
You're off. All right, you were off the 6th. That's the one you missed. And see, in Silverblade, you were there.
do you have Weibo for that one? Is it that one?
No, it was Angry Peppy.
You know, I'm practically the founder of this stream almost. I mean, Irate turned it into what it is, but I kind of was the catalyst that catapulted the stream into existence. So,
hey, now, hold on now.
Irate
you
kept
Mark
the ball
Zuckerberg's partner?
That's right.
No.
Like, without me and Irate, this stream.
T-Tac, I love those goddamn crickets.
I think a cricket
Where's
is
Uzi?
necessary. Do it.
Where's Uzi?
Uzi's hanging.
I don't see Uzi in the chat.
She is a matter of fact. She's catching up.
Let her
on
out of the closet.
She's catching up on the first season of Stranger Things, if you can believe it.
Oh, it's so fucking good, though.
I've heard of Stranger Things.
No. I'm talking last year's, not this year's, because she hasn't caught up.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode of the new season.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new season either. So.
Oh shit! Bye all. No, I'm sorry.
Well,
I forgot that came out.
It came out last night.
Yeah, it came out. It dropped at 2:00 in the morning our time.
Yeah.
But they were looking at the ultimate Halloween candy guide. It's like it needs to be just a little bit bigger. I can't read what these like things are.
Oh, really?
Did y'all see the
Can you click it and maximize it? Because I can actually see what the candies are.
Yeah, I can see the candies.
Like,
I can't see what
if you click
the graphs mean.
yeah.
I'm on that candy guide, and there's like what is it? Like a magnifying glass thing, and I just clicked on it and it zoomed in.
Yeah, it doesn't zoom in a lot, but no, I'm annoyed that fucking Tootsie Pops are above Reese's. How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah, wait a minute. Reese's are better than.
In what fucking
what the
world?
fuck?
In what fucking world is
planet?
Tootsie Pop better than Reese's?
I like Tootsies, but
how is Twizzlers above Kit Kat and M&M? And Skittles are above M&M? What the heck? Man?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, exactly.
False.
What?
False.
Skittles are tasty, though. Skittles are pretty goddamn tasty.
Okay, but
not
M&M.
M&M
And they're good for, like, but when you've had too much chocolate and other shit, you can just pop, like, a handful of Skittles in your mouth and kind of, like, cleanse the palate for candy.
Skittles are like wannabe M&Ms, but they're not even close to M&Ms. They're like
How do they even want to be M&Ms?
They try to resemble M&Ms.
Fruity M&Ms.
Miserably. They fail so miserably.
What they want to be is more flavorful lemon heads is what they want to be. That's what they are. So basically like lemon heads.
Red. They are the trap version of M&Ms.
Yeah. What's with Taste the Rainbow? Did you ever
Skittles,
notice that,
exactly the rainbow? We've
Skittles like Taste the Rainbow.
But they're hard on the outside and they're tasty in the middle.
Skittles are gay M&Ms, everybody. PSA, public Skittles are gay M&Ms.
Traps are not gay.
Well, you know, guys, speaking of, bringing back the old topic we were talking about with alcohol and now bringing in Skittles, have you guys ever heard of Skittle Brow?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Never had it.
No, enlighten us, please.
Like I said, I've never drank alcohol in my life, but I've seen pictures where people will take bottles of alcohol, whether it's vodka or something else, is clear, and they put a handful of each color of Skittle in each bottle. So you have purple, red, green, yellow, orange, etc. And the flavors of the Skittle infuses into the alcohol and makes it colorful.
Yeah, you can do it with Jolly Ranchers too. I think Jolly Ranchers have more flavor, in my opinion. They like have longer lasting flavors, so they make a better mix like that. But it also ends up sweeter, which gives me a headache. So I don't.
And it also probably takes longer to dissolve too, because it's a harder candy.
Yeah.
So
hold on.
Water, and the S will float off. The S will float up off the water.
Oh, cool.
Baby Ruth. Does anyone else like Baby Ruths? Because I put Baby Ruths above Snickers. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah,
Baby Ruths are pretty good.
I'll take
can't
Baby
stand
Ruth over a Snicker.
Baby Ruths are awesome for throwing into swimming pools.
Wait a minute, are Baby Ruths the ones that have the cream in the middle? Because I get K and Baby Ruth mixed up.
No, Baby Ruths are the ones that
because I like the one that has the caramel center.
Mounds are shit.
I like the one that has like the caramel center.
See,
Fuck that nougat shit.
I like Musketeers because it's got that fluffed chocolate in the middle, man. It's it's really a nice little combination. You're
an older fella. That's easier on the teeth, right?
I really like any iteration.
It's easy on my gums. Yeah, I like it like that. I can take my teeth out and eat that. It's good stuff.
Fucking Swedish fish.
Oh, Swedish fish, man.
Fuck all this shit, man. Oh, I love
gummy bears and shit. Gummy bears aren't even in here, man. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
There are no gummies in this thing.
Raisinets are on here.
I like any iteration of Snickers and like Milky Way and Twix with dark chocolate.
But the most egregious thing on here is the fact that Mr. Goodbar's not on here.
Whatchamacallits aren't on there either.
I don't know. Whatchamacallits? I love those.
Right? They're like the candy that everybody forgets about.
Have you ever heard of marathons? Do they still make those marathon bars?
Chunk from the Goonies.
What the fuck is a marathon bar?
Wait,
that answers my question right there.
Is that like $100,000?
No, it was like it looked like it was weird looking. It was like laid out like a little lattice work. It looked like a you know those lattice fries that they make it.
Waffle fries.
Yeah, it was. They kind of look like that, but it was squiggly, right? And it was called a marathon bar. Yeah, that's old school. I think it was a marketing deal from the 70s, and it was just chocolate with caramel on the inside. It was basic, nothing. Now Whoppers, man, I love malted milk balls, man. That shit's good too.
Have you guys ever had Moose Tracks?
I actually still actual malts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all talking about fat kid food. We're seriously getting in touch with our inner fat kids tonight.
No shit.
No. Do you know what grinds my gears about this list? The fact that Mike and Dyke is above York. What's that all about? York is really good, dude. Like York is
That's some classy shit there, man. Yeah.
York needs to be way higher.
So you can pick up like a York peppermint patty for a nickel and save people from cancer. That's what New York has going for it. Is you can get those at those little like drop a dime or a nickel for cancer research. And they'll give you a York peppermint patty. It's almost as bad as giving you a lifesaver. Like here, you did something good for a nickel. Here, have something minty.
A single lifesaver.
We'll have to rename this episode to the Drunk and Diabetes.
Yeah, last week's was alcoholism is fun was the running name,
also known as say goodbye to your liver.
Didn't you call it Alcoholics Unanimous or something like that?
Yeah, I ended up naming it Alcoholics Unanimous. So, and I stole that from a movie. If you can tell me what movie.
Sounds like something like Animal House.
Yeah, similar ballpark, but a little more obscure.
Birdie on
Think
Wayne.
Think Baltimore.
Is it MASH?
Wayne's World.
I'll even tell you who.
What was the
John Waters.
What was the candy again? What was the candy again?
Oh, the Marathon Bar.
Oh God, what movie it was in?
No.
God damn it.
I was saying the Alcoholics Unanimous.
Is it not from MASH?
Oh, Alcoholics Unanimous. No.
Yeah, it's from a John Waters movie.
I think John Waters.
Yeah.
I don't know any John Waters movies.
Whoa.
Is it Dirty Little Secret? That's what Duel's asking.
No, it's the one that with the only one that came with the scratch and sniff card with it.
That sounds kind of scary.
Polyester.
Yeah.
That's the name of that movie. That's a classic movie, man. You should see Polyester. It's
Polyester?
from Polyester. Yeah. Francine Fishpaw. Yeah. It's Divine plays. Yeah. She goes to Alcoholics Unanimous meetings.
Googling just polyester didn't really bring up much useful for the movie.
My husband's pussy's trying to beat up my pussy.
Okay.
1981.
Can't fight.
That's like
1981. Is that what you're talking about?
Pussies pounding each other.
Yeah, they're just tearing it up here on the bed.
Pussies.
Fight.
My husband's pussy is underage.
My dog is being
And it's
a
an
bitch.
underage Siamese pussy.
Literally being a bitch. And figuratively being a bitch.
What kind of dog do you have?
Dachshund and Jack Russell.
Oh wow! So that's a short-legged, black and white dog.
No, she's actually brown and she has normal legs but a really long body.
Oh, neat! But she looks kind of cool.
Like
She's
a
a
dachshund.
cutie.
She got short hair or medium.
Short.
Yeah, that's kind of a neat. I would be interested to see what that dog looked like.
She's a cutie. I love my doggo.
Well, you know what happens when you breed a bulldog with a Shih Tzu?
Yeah, you get bullshit. Dad joke.
It's from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
One of the greatest comedies ever. Fight Me.
Fight me.
One of the best parts is like when she said there was like a 1 in a million chance that they'd end up together, and he's like, "So you're saying I still have a chance?"
Yeah.
When I first went to see that movie, I went with a friend of mine. I had my arm around her, and that one scene where they're in the dog truck and the cop pulls them over,
Yeah.
and they start drinking their own piss. Yeah. I was laughing so damn hard. I just lunged forward, not really realizing my arm was still around my friend, and I took her head and pounded it right into the seat in front of us. And I swear, when we left the theater, I came out with a busted gut, and she came out with a concussion. Jeez. I was just laughing that hard and so often throughout that movie. They don't make movies like that anymore.
What movie was that?
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
Dumb and Dumber 2 is great with the thing at the beginning of the movie where he was pulling the prank for like 20 years that he was in that home or whatever, unable to think.
Yeah. It was all right. It wasn't as good as the original, but it was definitely better than the prequel they tried to make. If anyone was unfortunate enough to see that
weird thing that didn't even have the same actors.
Yeah, they were younger at that point. It was like when they first met or something. What the fuck was it? Dumb and Dumber? Is that what the fuck?
Dumber.
It was so bad that they don't even consider that part of the movie series. No. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was shit. It was fucking horrible. But yeah, I hold the original in very high regard.
Me too.
It's right after the 8 Ventura movies.
Oh, yeah. I like the part on the original where what was it? The part where he walked out with the bulletproof vest, and he was like, "Yeah, they sent me in there with a bulletproof vest so I wouldn't get shot." And then Harry was like, "But what if they shot you in the head?"
That was Lloyd.
And then he just had that realization, like,
"Oh shit!
What if they shot me in the face? That was a risk we were willing to take." Dead air.
I don't know exactly. I've caught a couple of the cream streams, and I've been on one. I think I've been on one. Yeah, I know it was last week. So I didn't know exactly what topics you could mind. Hell, last night I showed porn bloopers towards the end of my stream.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. The floppy Google pussy lips are fucking hilarious.
And then just because Geek was in, I had to include the one where they peed on the octopus or the squid thing.
So did you end up going through and editing that out?
No, I just age restricted it. I'm not monetized. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, right.
I mean, sorry, I don't know if you guys monetize it. I don't care.
But I mean, if I
gotta behave myself on other people's streams.
Right?
Behave yourself.
I'll find it back up and I'll put it on Twitter. Hey, because I showed porn, this is where you can find me now.
What do you think this channel is? A monastery?
This is a cream stream. We don't behave ourselves on a cream stream. It's supposed to be one of the creamiest events you'll ever come across on YouTube, and you expect us to behave?
We got dudes creaming, we got ladies creaming, everyone's creaming up in here.
Well, this is where we just pull up a clip from, Quentin Tarantino movie with, Overnight. It's like apple pie pussy. That clip. God damn it. Not enough alcohol in my system. I can usually pull up movies. Yeah, it's from Dusk Till Dawn. That's where you pull up that sound clip. God, you can find pussy any cheaper? Book it.
I haven't seen that movie since high school. It's been a long fucking time.
I saw it about
It's been a while for me too.
I saw it about 2 or 3 years ago.
They made a sequel to it, and it sucked. From Dusk Till Dawn 2.
There's also
so
a TV
painful.
series. There's a TV series.
Like, I watched a couple, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
Well, you know, actually, in that TV show, I'll give it credence that it was Wilmer Valderrama's in it. Fez from
bad guy.
He plays the bad guy, and he's great in that, man.
Don Johnson was in it too.
Do you know who Wilmer Valderrama is? You know, Fez from that 70s show?
Yep, Fez.
Yeah. Fez.
He's really good in the part too.
I know, man. He's really good in that part. I was surprised. I really love that channel, El Rey, man.
Del Rey.
Yeah, it's excellent, isn't it? They show like Kung Fu and shit, and they show Mexican wrestling every Wednesday night.
Yeah, that's Rodriguez's personal channel.
It's Robert Rodriguez's, yeah, exactly, man. His personal channel. And I was reading today that you remember on Grindhouse, on Planet Terror.
Oh yeah.
He was talking about that he put Rose McGowan as the lead actress in that film as a personal fuck you to Harvey Weinstein because of, you know, she was blackballed. Weinstein had her blackballed. You know, and that's why she didn't make so many films. Right. And Rodriguez, you know, but they gave him because he was such a cash cow for him. They couldn't tell him, you know, well, you can't have who you want in it, you know. And so he hired her for that part, and she made quite a bit of money. You know, that Grindhouse grossed a shitload of money because, you know, they showed it as a double feature, you know, in one thing, and then they split them and showed them again. So they had like a double distributorship on it. So the viewership is literally 3 times what it actually could have been, right?
And they also made a movie of one of the movie trailers within the Grindhouse.
Yeah, Machete, right? Machete, man.
Yeah. And then they were also going to do one of Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. They were going to do one of those, but I don't think I think it's kind of like lost in development hell.
Yeah, and then Werewolf Women of the SS, man, that looked great too. You know, it's like, but I love the Machete. It's like, you've just fucked with the wrong Mexican.
Yeah,
I love those trailer voices in a world. In a world.
And of course, you had to smoke like 6 packs of cigarettes, one right after another, to get that voice.
In a world.
In a world. In a world. I can't do that voice. I don't know. I can't do voices that well. In a world.
In a world.
Where people gather for a creamy stream.
In a world where Dual Wield thinks I like 10 things I hate about you, I'd like to tell him that I prefer Not Another Teen Movie way above that.
See, what we need to do is market this towards acid heads. This would be a perfect stream to listen to.
What we're not?
Well, you know, it's like I'm gonna, yeah. You notice I use a lot of electric colors in my shit. There's a definite appeal towards that. I'm a little sizzled, you know, from that white barrel, all that white barrel I ate in the '80s, man.
I don't know what that means. Is that like a crack pipe?
No, white barrel was a kind of acid.
Oh, okay.
Looked like a little saccharin.
What? Ass to mouth? What?
No, acid. LSD. It was lysergic acid diethylamide. Delta 25.
That's another movie. Another movie that's underrated is Requiem. Ass to
Requiem for a
ass.
Dream. Oh, Requiem for a Dream. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That totally ruined how I saw her in Labyrinth because I hadn't seen her in anything. I really wasn't paying attention. And here was, you know, the last thing I'd seen her in was The Labyrinth, looking for the Goblin King and playing opposite of David Bowie and Little Miss Innocence. And then she's a fucking tweaker whore with aspirations of being a fashion designer and just, oh God, but that movie is just great.
Who, Jennifer Connelly?
Yes, Dual Wield, you're right about the chocolate pretzels. That was awesome.
See,
but yeah, Jennifer Connelly.
Who directed that? Was that Lars von Trier, or is that his name?
I can't tell you for the life of me.
Requiem for a Dream. Hold on a second.
See, when I was in film school for a little bit, and I liked Requiem at the time because of, you know, artistically, but it's I don't know, it's a painful movie to enjoy for me because it's so intense and like.
Well, I think that's the point.
I know, but it's not fun to watch. So I've only seen it a few times. I like Spun more. Have you guys?
It's Aronofsky, man. That's right. It's Darren Aronofsky, right?
And see, I used to do methamphetamines when I was younger, and I knew people that went through like serious phases of addiction and stuff. So it was kind of like a painful yet humorous thing to watch. It's like, oh my God, dude. Yeah. Because it's like I've seen people go through the weird phases like that. So it was almost like a sick pleasure. It's like I never got addicted to it or anything. I was more like the person that sold it to the other people. But I mean, it was really crazy accurate.
Yeah.
For like what a lot of people go through. And then the whole thing with the mom when she's sitting in the living room and the refrigerator starts moving and talking to her and just, oh my God.
That's why
dude.
I never
game
did
show
drugs.
thing too, right?
What was that?
Wasn't that a whole game show thing too that she was going through with Shooter McGavin?
Yeah, it's with Shooter McGavin. Yeah, it's because there was a phase where people, it was almost like Amway by TV, is you sent things in and you tried to get on the show and
wait,
you mean crazy.
Like Shooter McGavin from what's it? The thing
Happy
with
Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I love that movie so
The
much.
actor who played him.
Yeah.
Hey, would y'all mind if we
I love to hate that fucking actor.
Good
I
for
love
your
to
home.
I like Weebo.
But you know what? That actor, there's only been one thing I've ever seen him in where he wasn't the dick, and that was Stargate Universe. He was actually a decent guy in it, and then he ended up dying in it. Of course, spoiler. The only time he can redeem himself for being a bad guy in his entire career, and he dies.
Weibo is being beckoned, and she says she is drunk.
She's drunk?
Yes.
Who's Uzi?
Oh, man.
No, Weibo.
Oh, Weibo.
The Weibo.
Oh, I saw her video today.
I had a shot to loosen up.
I saw her video.
Today? I think she's going to join us.
Yeah.
Oh, is she?
It was on costumes and cultural appropriation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw it. Was that today or was
For
that
fuck's
yesterday?
sake. I'm so sick of this.
Today.
I'm so sick of the cultural appropriation bullshit with costumes. I want every kid to be Moana just to piss these people off.
Mm-hmm.
Even the little boys.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you see the one where this little girl wanted to be Maui?
Yes.
God. Maui, thank you. And the mother actually did tattoos on a body stocking and hand pressed them on there, and she sent the kid out, and she's going to send it out again, like for Halloween, as him. Good. Really so cool. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This year,
if it hadn't been for the fact that I found really great costumes, I would have sent my children out as offensive as possible. So I'm going to dress as offensive as possible when I go and take them out trick-or-treating.
Nice. This year, Moana. Next year, Kunta Kinte.
I found a great costume of Elsa at Goodwill that my youngest, my 5-year-old, wanted to be. It lit up and everything, and it was brand new, and I got it for $15. I'm like, all right, fine, you can be Elsa. But my 9-year-old, because her best friend was going as Harley Quinn to a birthday party, costume party type thing last week, we found a Joker as the male Joker. So I was like, that's as close as we got. Was my daughter went as transgender to a Halloween party.
Yeah, I went to a Halloween party today with my 5-year-old, and you got little black girls and Elsa, and who cares? I don't understand the big fucking deal with that stuff. If a kid wants to be something, just let them fucking be it. My daughter's white as snow, and she loves Moana. She loves Tiana. Who gives a shit? If she wants to dress up like Tiana, she fucking can.
Well, like, how fucking racist is it to be like, oh yeah, I understand you like this Disney princess, sweetie, but your skin's not the right color, so you can't pretend to be that.
Well, isn't that just fucked up to send them the wrong, these two conflicting messages? Yeah, we're supposed to be doing this, multiculturalism shit, but don't you dare fucking try to dress like it because you're appropriating it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, think of what the message that sends the kid. It fucks with their heads, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can be anything you want as long as it's not something that's not your color.
Well, what's funny was I actually
basically what they're trying to tell kids.
I was actually in a Disney store listening to a little girl cry. A little white girl cried because her mom would not let her get a Tiana dress.
Gay.
Really?
Like, just let her get it. She's like, don't you want to be Belle, sweetie? And she's like, I want to be Tiana.
Fuck
I
Belle.
like
Hey,
Tiana.
Emma Watson ruined Belle for everyone, so fuck her.
God. See, I haven't seen that yet. I wanted to because the commercials, they did really well with matching it up, and then I saw a lot of the reviews, and I'm like, yeah, glad we didn't do it.
No.
But see, my daughter, my middle child will actually do a good job of being an appropriator of culture, because the other costume she got for going trick-or-treating is Claudine from Monster High, and that's supposed to be a black werewolf.
Oh, yeah, so, I know Claudine. Unfortunately,
so she's got a Claudine costume.
I don't know their names, but I know there's like Cleo, like all of them are Cleo, and that ends up being the Cleopatra, and there's Vamp and all that shit. But
and when I was a kid, I did robot appropriation as when I went as Optimus Prime for
nice.
What was it, my 10-year-old Halloween or something like that? Just made a whole bunch of cardboard boxes and boom.
At one point, I was Jasmine for Halloween.
So was that Japanese cultural appropriation?
No, it's Cybertronian appropriation.
Well, see, Aladdin, they can't even get mad because Aladdin, he was supposed to be like Asian, like Chinese Asian, and an idiot, not Arabic at all. In the actual original, in the Thousand Nights, the actual fairy tale, he was a moron, and he was just as Asian, like basically a Chinese guy who was a moron, and he didn't even get with the princess. And when he did get one of his genie, he wished that she wouldn't be able to really consummate the marriage. He wished that she would be barren and not be able to bear children because he didn't get her.
Nice. I like those old stories because they're always like that. They're really fucked up.
Oh, there's a lot of like
vindictiveness in those old stories.
That's why Disney had to soften them up so much with like Snow White and Cinderella and all that, because they're gory as fuck.
Yeah, even some of those old golden books, like my daughter has some of the older ones, you know, where you're reading like Hansel and Gretel and like the Rapunzel one too, like, which was really weird because in that story, like the witch ends up blinding her and sending her, like cutting her hair and sending her out, like wandering out to nowhere or no, she blinds the prince, and the prince like wanders for years trying to find her and then ends up finding her, but it's really fucking weird.
Actually,
oh yeah, the Rapunzel was brutal.
Yeah.
And then Sleeping Beauty was worse. She was a rape victim.
Hey,
She
do you know
actually got
how
raped
the
by the
witch
king.
dies in Snow White?
Well,
You know how the witch dies in Snow White in the original story?
yeah.
They make her put on heated iron shoes and dance until she dropped dead.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, dance to death.
Didn't something
know-
didn't like the Little Mermaid get filleted or something weird? Like, didn't she get killed really in like a bad way?
No, she turns into foam.
Is that what it was? Oh, so it's not as fun
Yeah,
as
it's
I
actually
hoped.
like the least terrible.
Do you know what Disney movie is surprisingly dark when you think about it? Like when it came out, I saw it in the movie theater when it came out because I was like 10. But
Pinocchio?
no, when I was 10,
When I was 10, that was like 4 years ago.
2008. It was 2008. When I
He's
was
12
10.
years old.
Well, it could have come out on VHS or DVD, but whatever.
VHS.
No. I had VHS when I was a little kid.
VHS
Like when
didn't
I was
exist when he was born, dude. It had already been outdated. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had VHS all the way up to when I was like maybe like 7 or something, and then it kind of really just went away. But anyway,
You're a baby.
I was born in 98. I'm a 98.
Oh my God, you are a baby.
August 8th, 1998. I'm telling you,
Oh my God.
12:08 p.m.
VHS reminds me of a time that I actually hid my Halloween candy from my mom in a fern gully VHS because I knew she wouldn't look there.
Fern Gully.
Yeah, I hid the tape under my mattress and then.
I never did finish saying what movie it was. It was surprisingly dark when you think about it. WALL-E. And the reason I say that is because I used to watch that movie and take it at face value, but then one day, this was actually like last year, for whatever reason, I was watching WALL-E with my younger siblings, and I just started thinking of everything in that movie, and I paid attention to the details, and I realized it's a really terrible thing that happened in that movie, because basically what happened is I pieced together that at some point in this century in their world, by and large or whatever, the corporation that controls everything in WALL-E, took over every government on the planet, and then whoever is the CEO of by and large or whatever runs the world or something, because there was one part in the movie or something where they talked about it was like the year 2110 or something like that they got the year that their five year cruise was over, but they couldn't go back. So that means it would have had to have left in like 2105, which would be like
Do you have like notes at your desk?
The start of
this?
next century. And when you think about it, if the Axiom was like the luxury ship, there's probably like maybe a few dozen other ships, but not everybody on the planet could escape. Like probably only the richest people on the planet could probably afford to escape onto a ship, and then like the really rich could afford to escape on the Axiom. And then if you think about how hundreds of years in the future, the Axiom is the only one left, that means every other ship must have got destroyed or something, or everyone just died on it.
Good.
Or got stranded out in space.
The fat acceptance movement won. That's what happened in WALL-E. No.
But basically all the poor people would have just got left on Earth to die, and then like a bunch of rich people would have escaped up into space on those ships, and then a bunch of them still would have died hundreds of years into the future, and only a handful of people that were on the Axiom ship got to come down in the end and repopulate Earth. But I don't know, there was just like a whole bunch of stuff about that, like where the whole corporation would have had to have taken over the planet, and then most of every human ever would have just died because of all that stuff that went on. And I was like, wow, I never really caught on to all that for some reason before.
Well,
but I don't know, that movie is just surprisingly dark if you like go think about a lot of the different details of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only seen it like once. I think it wasn't my cup of tea.
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
I like my Disney movies a really certain way for some reason. I'm weird about that shit.
I like only Pixar Disney movies because I grew up on the Pixar stuff.
Yeah. See, I like those. Like they're good.
Of course you did.
They're just different.
Oh my god, baby.
What? You talking?
Well,
to me?
It is near the Halloween. Y'all want to talk about horror films or some shit?
Well, I was just going to say that one of the well, not horror, but one of the dark Disney films I liked growing up was like Return to and Escape from Witch Mountain.
Witch Mountain, yes, man. Mm-hmm. Those were excellent.
That was like when Disney went through that goth phase of the 70s.
And what was that? The cat with the what was the name of that, man? Oh shit, I cannot remember the name of that movie, man. With the cat, that it was a magic cat, bed knobs and broomsticks, maybe. Is that what I'm thinking of?
That had Jessica. Oh, what's her name? Now I can't think of her name, but she was in Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, her. And, she was in it.
Yeah, she was the main character of it.
It was a witch. Yeah, she was a witch. Yeah, exactly. And it was a kind of a it was in that same.
It's kind of like Mary Poppins and witches.
Yeah, it was in Escape. Yeah, and they came out right around the same time. It was Escape from Witch Mountain, and then that Bed Knobs had maybe Bed Knobs preceded that.
I think Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I mean, it's like before my time, but my dad gave me like a bunch of Disney classics to watch, and that was one of them.
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
Return to and Escape from Witch Mountain. It was like, what was it? Eddie Arnold, I think, was in it. And Christopher Lee was in one of them, I think.
Oh, wow.
And wasn't it Betty Davis? God, it's been years since I've seen these movies. I mean, we're talking like late 80s, early 90s since I had last seen them. But
the first movie I ever saw in a theater, according to my parents, was Little Mermaid.
Damn, you're young. First one I saw in the theater with my folks was E.T.
I'm not gonna lie. The first movie I remember seeing in my life ever in a theater was when I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 4 or something. And this is the first one I remember seeing. And it was like some Jonah VeggieTales movie or something like that. But that was a movie. That was the first movie I remember seeing in my life. The Jonah VeggieTales movie.
Hey guys,
what is it?
Sniff Occam real quick. Just go. You know what that smell is? Afterbirth.
Oh.
Wait, what now?
You're so young, we could still smell the afterbirth.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. 1998. Come on, that's not that young. It's like.
Fucking millennial. I joke.
But I'm a good millennial. I'm on your side.
You're one of the good ones.
I make millennial by 4 years, so I'm one to talk.
Yeah, I'm a millennial. Gay.
I'm a libertarian, so.
My niece is just about the same age as you, Occam. She just turned 18 back in March, so you guys are all right if you're trained right.
Okay, having met many libertarians, I don't think saying libertarian and good millennial is is always something that goes together.
Okay, there's actually many libertarians I've had to disagree with on many stances. Like, I don't get the thing about there's these stupid libertarians that I think make other libertarians look stupid when they're like, I don't know, something about the stupid ANCAPs make me mad because that's libertarianism is good, but when you get these. Like, you're familiar with the concept of like the ANCAPs, right? Like the anarcho-capitalists or whatever. They're basically those types of the people are like it's like abolish government, just have entirely. I don't agree with that. It's just like you need to have a basic government structure.
Fucking black market.
There's these ANCAPs. What?
ANCAPs is basically trading government for business, and that's stupid.
No, and the reason why I think all forms of anarchy will not work, you have to have a basic, it needs to be small, mind you, a small government structure, so that way, you know, it doesn't, you know, infringe on people's rights, and it doesn't gobble up too much money, you know, and cause all the problems we have in America.
I like to say it, less government is best government.
Yeah. A small but efficient government that is responsible with money and respects and protects people's rights is what we need. But you need at least a basic government, because the reason I would argue against all these like weird, like the ANCAP argument, the reason I have a problem with that is because sure, in theory, it sounds like this wonderful, wow, everyone just gets along. But here's the thing. If you had that society, maybe it could last for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long that amount of time is, but in the natural course of things, certain people that end up accumulating certain wealth are gonna maybe start like, kind of like they did way back in the tribal societies and stuff. Certain people would accumulate enough wealth that they would declare themselves leader over other people, and then they pay other people to work for them, and then you just get a dictatorship government. The reason why I don't like the idea of the anarchy,
not an easy word to say, is it?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'll just say ANCAP. I'm not gonna.
Capitalism.
Yeah, the anarcho-capitalism, any kind of anarchy, even the good in theory sounding anarcho-capitalism. It is a terrible idea, because someone will rise up and create a government where there was no government. It's inevitable. At some point, someone will create a government, and instead of having it be at least a government that's supposed to be small and limited, like we have in the United States, where you can run into problems, like we obviously do. You'll never escape problems in government, but it's better to have a small, limited government than have an anarcho-capitalist society where someone could accumulate enough wealth and just force people into submission, basically abolishing the anarcho-capitalism, basically meaning it doesn't even exist anymore, is now you're under a dictatorship from this person that was in that society that got guns and paid people to...
That's why anarcho-capitalism doesn't work.
It'll be more like medieval, like,
system,
you know,
like,
case system, right? Exactly. It'll be more like that.
They'll have money, they'll have guns,
yep,
and they'll pay people to enforce it.
Right. It'll be like instead of many governments, it'll be many corporations, you know, duking it out with each other, you know, over turf and territory.
Fiefdoms.
Which in this case would be like products and market share, right?
No, but I mean, they would probably create, someone with money and power would probably create a government. Like, it wouldn't even be just corporations competing. Like, someone that owns a corporation or someone that has access to all that kind of stuff would end up deciding, you know what, I'm going to seize power. We're going to here's a little flag with my logo on it or whatever. This is the nation of such and such. There is no anarcho-capitalism anymore. Now it's this dictatorship or oligarchy of me or this group of people, right? And then we kind of govern over things. And then it's like this dictatorship that would come out of it. And I think that kind of thing would be inevitable at some point in time if you went to that extreme. That's why...
See, I disagree. I think...
But with limits.
Hey, Occams, I think we should abolish government and let the church take over.
No, no.
That's what I need. You fucking throw me off a fucking roof.
How about Scientology? Let's let Scientology rule.
All hail Satan.
Is that the most fucked up shit, dude?
You remember when we talked about that on the Cream Stream? Like, what was that? Like, over a month ago?
Yeah, it was a while. Yeah, it was a wee bit ago. Yeah.
I think that was on the one.
If you really want a religion to take over, I'm sure Islam would be more than happy to take that place.
Well, take the wheel of America.
Aloha snack bar.
Aloha snack bar.
Dude,
I think Alhud Al-Azim should be the president of the United States.
That's right. All hell Blue Whale.
Alhud Al-Azim, man.
Alhud Al-Azim, goddammit.
All hell Blue Whale.
I say...
I'm going to try and not say white power this stream.
Oh, yeah. Right. what was that on my channel that you did that on, or
somewhere? Yeah,
it was on my channel because someone it was.
I was like, oh, hail blue whale, white power, and I was like, whoops, I mean fright power.
Well, I had to edit my last.
You're gonna ruin my channel.
I had to edit my last stream with the Beer Berry in the very end because the hangout didn't end, and right before it ends, he just yells "gas the Jews." I'm just like, God damn it, Beer.
Dude.
Front power.
Hey, nothing happened to PewDiePie when he said it, so.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about my tiny ass channel, but I took it off anyway.
That's right. Napoleon wants to know where the cream is. Hey, I'm holding it for the end, big guy.
Yeah, and do you know what? Do you know what's so great about the stream? The motto for this stream really should be that if you haven't, if you don't cream while watching this stream, we didn't do something right.
No. If you didn't cream during the stream, you didn't do something right.
Yeah, you didn't do something right. So do you know what? That's the motto. Make that the official motto.
Check yourself off.
T-Tex drinking, so it's good times.
Exactly.
If you didn't cream during the stream, go get an adult to help you.
Get that third
if you
hand.
didn't cream, Red's got a clip she can show everyone.
I got a few.
Yeah. String them
I
together.
thought you said clit.
I always find interesting weird ass shit to find. I find the weird shit. I'm that weird red ranting bitch queen apparently.
Let's not talk about Red's clit because Mercolium's in the chat and I want to be able to come back on the devil's advocate one day.
Hey, Merc.
I gotta tread lightly.
Put Mercolium's out there?
Yeah. Tread lightly, my ass. Dude, I pimp him out to other girls all the goddamn time.
Whoa, snap.
Well, somebody has to work the front of the house and somebody has to work the back of the house.
That's right.
Oh my.
That's a weird innuendo. I like that.
God damn it, apparently, Keck, if he slaps me with it again, forever it be on my head.
Go dick slap Red again. I want to hear that. Like, just get your face right next to the mic and just. That was a snap. That wasn't really a.
You missed it.
Dual Wheel took mushrooms.
Yeah.
Did he take my mushrooms? Better not take my mushrooms, motherfucker.
Is that where
Are
he
shrooms legal in California?
Did he
No.
OD on mushrooms?
I don't think so. Is it unless it's part of? I think it's legal for like religious.
Not shrooms, other stuff.
Hey guys,
peyote and shit.
You got a bail lock him?
if I ever run for president, will these streams come back to haunt me?
Yes.
Hey, Irene.
Someone dig them up like from 20 years ago.
They're gonna
fucking
be considered an
not having
associate of
this
T-Tech.
discussion?
Yes, we were.
Nothing ever dies
I was
on.
trying to talk to him
Irene
before this.
okay, Occam, Irene and I were talking, and he says, you know, he was talking about your political ambitions and what you've got going on and everything, and I was like, does he not realize that somebody will eventually pull this back to him? He's like, well, he's never sworn before. I was like, yeah, but we got him to say my pretty penis online a few times.
Oh yeah, I did say my pretty penis. I just said it again. Do you know what? Do you know what I have to say? If I ever did like have someone 20 years from now pull this stuff back, I'd be like, you know what? It doesn't matter. What does this have to do with me? Like, what does this have to do with my ability to do things, right? And
You think that'll stop him?
Has that worked
this
well
is just
for
me
you?
having fun, and this is just like 20 years ago or something like that.
Trump
They
doubled
will still drag
down.
you.
Trump, no, Red. Trump doubled down. He's the one that said, he's like, no, I could go out to where the fuck is it? I could go out to Manhattan Street right now and shoot someone in the face, and people would still vote for me.
Oh yeah. When he said that, I cringed so hard. I was like, no, you
Right,
don't
hold on.
say that when you're running for president, you idiot.
It's like the Beatles saying that they were more popular than Jesus. It was true at the time.
Yeah, no one
we're
likes
you.
losing Thexor real quick, and I just want to say goodbye to Thexor because he's an SCA-er, like
Bye,
I was
Thex.
at one point. So bye, Thexor.
Society of Creative Anachronism.
I really just want to say though that
Kingdom of Ontier.
Well,
Texor, you're always welcome in this stream, man. When he
cream
on
with
here
us.
one night, Bread?
cream with us.
I mean, he's never been on chat with us, I don't think, but I want to invite him to Devil's Advocates.
All right.
And I think the day I get Beardy, because the Beard Baron's going to come on to Devil's Advocates, I think the day I get Beard Baron on there, I'm going to try to get Thexer on there too, so I could get two beards going head to head.
Oh my God, yes.
The beard apocalypse begins now.
Scripts to write, huh?
Yes. Well, I haven't been to SCA in a few years because I had children. Trying to keep children, it's bad enough when we take them out camping the way we go camping. That's hard enough. And then you bring children out with drunken assholes and debauchery. And now the youngest is old enough to go to these events and
participate.
Separate tents and all that. So, all right, Thexer, I've got your Twitter. I'm going to hit you up for Devil's Advocates one of these Sundays. So... if you check out the Mercolium's channel, he actually has some padded sword boffer fighting from the Amp Guard group he participated in too. So,
does anybody remember?
Nope, they're still there.
Does anybody remember Baby Buoys from the last? Not the last one. What was that? 2 weeks ago.
Baba Booey?
No, it was the last one. And actually, if you go and look, I tagged all of you in it about the fat children and eating them.
Yeah, I saw that.
The overweight children, that's on there.
The Baby Buoys was right at the end of that video. Like, you ended it with the Baby Buoy thing. That
was Mercolium's magical editing.
Oh, yeah, that was on Merc's channel, wasn't it? I don't remember. It was on one of your channels.
Yeah, see, that's where everybody gets confused, is they keep trying to come to my channel for Devil's Advocates. No, Red has the midweek wind-up where we talk about stupid shit and serious shit at the same time, gets people a chance to laugh and rant. So that way they can get the giggles out of their systems and the seriousness out of their systems and get in touch with their inner assholes and debate like they believe in the topics. Like Thorin did. She's an absolute, puppy lover, yet she was willing to sacrifice her dog on air and eat it.
and then when you need to cream, you just come here to the cream stream.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, for 1 second.
You guys want some creamy topics sometime? Hit me up. I've got all the cream links.
That's right. Everybody in the stream right now, everybody in the chat that is streaming, shut your eyes and listen to me. All
hail Satan, you'll now cherish
Satan.
The prostate, and then you will sacrifice a dog.
Irate Prostate just told everyone his social security number and credit card numbers.
That was an address.
I'm just going to stay out of this one, just in case they try to use this one against me, But
you're already screwed, buddy.
Everybody knows.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll watch you play Cards Against Humanity.
No, it's like I'm taking him to my piss test. That's all I'm saying. I'm taking Occam.
Why do I have a feeling if I did do something as crazy as run for president 20 years from now, you guys would be like in the front row at one of my rallies, just like yelling all this old stuff, like yelling all this stuff from the cream stream. We'll still be having cream streams.
We'd be your Sargon.
Exactly. I was going to say, call us garbage humans. That's all you got to do.
I'd be like,
call us garbage humans, and that would be,
I'd be like, I'd have to fake it though. I'd be like, why would you talk about such vile things, you garbage humans? I'd be winking at you like, guys, just go.
The whole time we're cheering. The whole time we'll be cheering, pretty penis, pretty penis, pretty
pretty penis.
My pretty penis.
That's three dudes, people.
Occam said it all.
Oh my goodness! See, I was just waiting.
Dual made it a thing.
Who said something about Dual Wield and T-Tac making a remix of me saying that, like a song remix or something of like Occam's Razor?
That's what we were talking about on the stream. Is that we needed to talk to Dual? That we needed to talk to Dual and T-Tac, get the screen cap and the audio cap of it, and get those two to remake that shit. Because Dual's the one who started that.
Yeah. So this is as good a time as any.
Make that shirt.
A segue here. So
make that shirt.
Duel is the one with the magic with all that stuff, not me. So, but Duel's PC is blown to fuck. So, if we'll throw the link to his GoFundMe in the chat, everyone check it out. And if you got a couple bucks, throw it to him. If not, share it on Twitter. Do what you can. Help brother out.
Actually,
we'll put the URL for your starter GoFundMe thing.
Yeah, throw it in there, dude.
Another cool thing Duel's doing. another cool thing related to Duel and kind of related to this. I threw a few shekels at Duel for his laptop, but Duel's planning on doing some really cool thing for me when he gets his computer fixed, which I think is really awesome. We're going to do a complete overhaul on my avatar. Like, it's going to be completely different. It's not going to be this guy anymore. It's going to be a brand new, fresh, original animated looking
just as long as it doesn't look how you really look.
Okay. It's gonna be based on how I really look.
In other words, it'll be the exact same picture but with a fro.
And then there's me, who literally took pictures of herself to use as assets. Because I'm broke as a joke.
Well,
hey, if you got the assets, use them.
I do.
It's just gonna look like.
You should have seen. She did a charity stream and some buttons came off.
Wait, who?
Yes.
Really?
Because speaking of things that speaking of things that also have shit that's broke, it was Magnus Deacons.
Born Inside. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and here's something for you, everyone. Remember the limerick thing? On the internet, they found romance that put both of them in a sexual trance, but each had a gripe that is so hard to type with your hand stuck down in your pants. Hey, I got it.
I asked, sorry, like that's just insane. Oh my god.
Thorn, your Twitter avatar is fucking neat looking. What is happening there? Thorn, what's going on with your Twitter avatar? That's cool looking. What is that?
I use a filter program called Prisma.
It's fucking wild. I like it.
Thanks.
Hey,
it's got some style. You should really show your face though. Thorn, Thorn is very pretty.
Oh, really?
But my house is very dirty.
Well, so
is mine.
And I don't feel very pretty right now. I'm wearing a stupid hat and such.
Nice hat.
Have you ever noticed that it seems like a lot of the women that in this kind of genre of YouTube or whatever, or people associated with it, that some of us do, like, why does it seem like all the women like always show them other real faces, but then a lot of the men will just have avatars and stuff like that? It's like we're not showing our face and stuff.
Because if you got it, you might as well use it to make money.
Yeah, there's an advantage, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, there's an advantage.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
We're also not man pretty.
Yeah, I'm not man pretty like Barbarian is.
The third reason is there's a very, very naked black man walking around my house.
Nice.
So, I don't want Irate's stream to get taken down because of black dude dick.
We'll wait till the stream goes offline then.
We won't even go near that one.
Well, with this whole new avatar thing I'm getting, it's basically going to not look like this avatar. This avatar is just one of the actual guy that the term Occam's razor was named after. He lived in like the 1200s or something, like Occam of Razor. But the new avatar I'm getting that Dual Wield is going to make me is, and he's actually planning on making like different ones with different emotions and stuff too, kind of like what Bearing has with like the different emotion bear thing.
You're going full white.
It'll just be a person. Like, it's gonna kind of be loosely based on how I look, I guess, in real life, without actually being a real picture of me. It'll just be like an animated.
Yeah, don't do the bear thing, man.
No, I'm not doing the bear thing. I was saying it'll have the
critters. Don't you think critters are like shot out right now? You know?
Yeah.
Occam's like bear. That just sounds weird. Don't be a bear.
No. I wasn't saying I was doing that. I was saying
you said you wanted to be like Bearing, and you said you wanted to have a bear avatar. Don't be Bearing. Just be Occam. Okay?
No, I didn't say I'm having a bear avatar. I'm saying I'm having like different, like, you know how his avatar, he has different emotions, like a sarcastic face.
Yeah, he's got like a bear face. Snout and fur.
I'm going to have my avatar is going to look like a person. It's going to be an avatar that looks like me, but an animated version of me.
He's just going full whitey.
Yeah, but hold on. How are you going to make a bear look like you though? That's what I don't understand.
It's not going to be a bear. It's not a bear. It's a human. I'm saying that I'm I'm gonna do the kind of thing that like
what, so
look
like
what
the
White
chair
has.
or
Like the white
something?
YouTuber, like you know how the white YouTuber, he has different like in the
Yeah, he's got the
videos
chair
when you
just like
watch it.
Bearing does, but I wouldn't. Don't copy Bearing
No,
and
it's not. It's
Whitey
not a
just 'cause they
chair.
have
I'm not gonna have a
chairs.
chair. I'm not gonna have a chair though. I'm not copying anybody. It's just I'm going to have a different looking avatar. Like, look, I have a human avatar right now, right? The only difference, I'm not copying anybody. The only difference when I do get this new avatar set to use is it's going to look like an animated version of me.
Okay.
And it's going to move around in the videos a little bit.
Yeah, but
kind
you're
of
saying
like
you're not copying, but if you're gonna have a bear avatar, then you're copying.
What? No, it's not a bear avatar. Are you trolling me right now, T-Tac, or what? You're drunk, T-Tac. Go home. It's not
Who broke the T-Tac? Who broke the T? Don't break the T-Tac.
High five, T-Tac. Well played, sir.
Like, were you trolling me, T-Tac, the whole time, or what?
Yes, yes, I was.
Dude, your balls are,
I just
are
fed
flatter
right
than
into
a
that,
fucking
too.
pancake, man.
I just went right into. I just walked right into it. I just kept walking right into that,
Yeah,
too.
I
It
was
was like,
just leading you along, dude. I mean,
How come you were like a dog on two bones right there, but brother?
That was great.
you're a good sport, though, Akam. I like you, man.
Oh, Jesus.
well, I just genuinely
live for
thought you
this
didn't
shit.
get it, and I was like, "What is wrong with you tonight, T-Tac?" And then I was like, "You had a little too much alcohol already, or
He
what?"
doesn't understand me.
The
He's
problem
got
was
to
not with
understand
thee,
me.
but it was with me.
It was like all of a sudden I just had this realization, like, you're trolling me. After you said it like the third time, I was like,
Yeah.
Well, my avatar was made by child labor.
Oh, fuck.
T-Tag, that was legendary, bro.
Thanks, dude.
down,
I'm kind of
bro.
around to do that. That's what I enjoy doing.
Well, fuck, man.
I love
to hang
messing
out
with
more.
people that I like, and I like inside jokes. So that's why I don't know. I know this is kind of weird, like shilling for myself again, but those parodies that I do that are like inside jokes, like the Gem and Whitey and the Fright Power and stuff like that. Those are my favorite ones to do versus the other ones that I've done that are like legit parodies that anyone can kind of listen to and get. I like those ones that like a core 200 people understand and find funny more so than the 1,000 people that listen to my Antifa one, you know?
see, that's why we need the My Pretty Penis what was it? The My Pretty Penis remix thing.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the other thing is I don't understand. There's a lot of people like, hey, do a diss track on me. It's like, honestly, a diss track being made about you or a montage or some kind of joke made about you, that's something that should just come kind of with the territory. It's like, hey, somebody thought of something funny and now you've been made a meme. You don't ask to be a meme. You're a meme or you're not a meme.
Yep.
Did anybody see
Don't
Dave's
make me
diss
a
track?
meme.
Do I?
Oh, yeah, I did. I'm
What
kind of
happened?
confused about that one. It's like, I give her credit for trying, but the lyrics weren't there for me. Maybe I'm not
who?
insight enough to understand the jokes. Day is
Who?
dead.
Oh, the one she did about
Day is
Drew
dead
Barry
was supposedly, she was trapped in his shed. I saw the part where he's like, don't worry, she's got Wi-Fi in there. She's going to keep creating content.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was all right. It was entertaining to listen to. But yeah, I didn't get all the
it
references.
was a lot better than, honestly, I love Very Nearly Viral. But the fucking diss track they just did,
Yeah.
I don't know if they were intentionally trying to force shit in
I don't know.
a guy without KY, but
Yeah, there's a
it was
certain.
still funny though.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but there's kind of a certain finesse when it comes to making parodies and ripping on people like that. Like
It's an art.
yeah, it's, and I'm not the best at it, but I'm kind of in that
but
game.
you got
so
it, dude.
I
Either you got it or you don't.
Well,
Yeah.
you just had a wonderfully well done. It was so artistic the way you did it. That troll that happened not too long ago. I have to admit that was well executed. I just
Dude,
went with that
you
one.
swallowed the hook right on down to the gullet, man. Because you were on that one hard.
Well, I was like, I was like, I got to clarify this. I'm not copying people. I was like, just because I'm having a new avatar that moves around doesn't mean it's a copy off of.
We could all tell your blood pressure was going up during the whole.
For your type 7, you dick.
Dude, Occam, you can't save that shit. Don't try. I mean, let it go, brother. It's a part of history now. Yeah. That may get you elected. That shit may get you elected, actually. So you never know, man. Right? Yeah. Grab him by the pussy.
Right. Grab him by the pussy.
Worst they could do is tell you no.
Let go of my pussy, motherfucker.
What's that, Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah,
no.
Hey, I like the
Harvey,
point Merc brought up on the show is but see,
what?
If he had videotaped it and they saw the camera and they knew it was being recorded, could he have gotten away with it by just saying, hey, it was artistic license or porno?
No, it was a screen test. He could say that.
Exactly, it was a screen test.
For a love scene,
But it's still fucked up. But wasn't he doing he was doing a lot of like, hey, I'm naked in a robe and you want to come watch me take a shower and jack off? Wasn't that a lot of what he was doing?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, God.
He didn't actually really fuck anybody, did he?
I have been sexually assaulted. I've been harassed by a female manager at a place of employment, all kinds of shit. But you know what? When you go into the business of Hollywood, even people that don't make it to Hollywood know that in the entertainment business, it's not who you know, it's who you blow. It's not just producers who say that. It's other people too. Yeah. So for them to wait so goddamn long to say, hey, this guy touched me in my no-no place. Show us on the doll where Timmy touched you. You know what? It's because it's trending on Twitter is why you spoke the fuck up and now you're looking for attention. You want more fame is how I'm looking at it.
Right. You got a kid named Apple.
If it wasn't important enough to say it, then if it wasn't important enough to say back then, I mean, hell, okay, yeah, you might want to be an actor or an actress, but is it worth your fucking integrity? And if it was, you fucking sold it. Get the fuck over it. No buyer's remorse.
Yeah. Still fucked up what he did, but yeah, I agree.
Sorry.
If you're
I'm not saying what he did was right, but I mean, there's women and men who take their children and their teenagers, and say, hey, you know what? It's just part of showbiz. It's what we've accepted. And then years later, when things change, hashtag regret.
Me too.
Wait, yeah, like wasn't a lot of this stuff like?
And I like somebody else pointed it out is back in the day, we used to call that quote unquote hashtag the pound sign. So pound me too is what it's been. Pound me too, Harvey. Pound me too.
Oh man.
Or tic tac toe me too.
That's right. Tic tac. God damn it.
Circle take.
Tic tac.
No, I like the one that Max said earlier. He called me titty smack. That was funny. I like that a lot. He always comes up with something funny. I like Max Burr. He's a good dude.
I love Max Burr. I would go gay. I would grow a penis just to fuck Max Burr.
He would love it.
I was introduced by Max Burr. I followed him, and then the following day, I opened my Twitter, and there's just dicks everywhere. Yeah. Fucking dicks.
Oh my God! The first week I got active on Twitter, there was all these like freaking furry porns and all this shit. I was like, well, my kids can't look at my computer because I don't do. I finally just yesterday started doing Twitter on my phone again because it was killing my battery. But I used to just do it on my laptop, and my kids would come in and see what mom was doing in her social networking because mom's usually, I will type things and be facetious and a flirt and everything, but usually when my kids are sitting here, everything's fine. And all of a sudden, Max Burr's retweets and likes start showing up in my feed. I'm like, well, I'm fucked. Okay, you girls need to go do something else.
Mommy, why do you have pictures of weird eggplants on your phone?
Why is Tigger hugging Pooh in that fashion? What did Pooh do to Tigger? What did Pooh do to Tigger?
It was like straight up just like the biggest dicks I had ever seen in my life. Just I'm like, because at first I was like, ew, wait, holy shit. What the fuck? Wait, holy shit. That Tigger was about to find the
Oh my God. Oh shit. Sorry, I had to give Mercolium his parting blow. He's getting ready to go to work. And he goes to work so I can be a stay-at-home mom.
He's a good dude. How do you feel about all that? Because there's the possibility that my wife's gonna go stay at home because if we were to put both my daughters in daycare, it'd be $400 a week. So,
okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you.
How do you feel about
I will be 38.
stigma.
This little dog force open the door.
Okay, so I'll be 38 in December. I have 4 children, and my 3 daughters live with me. Ages.
Oh shit!
She just is turning 18 soon, and the youngest is 5. All right. Now, up until unfortunately, in my early years, I ended up being the breadwinner because my ex-husband was a piece of shit. And I was away from the home. He stayed home, and he wasn't able to nurture or bond with my oldest 2 children like the stay-at-home person usually does. Mm-hmm. And so I was doing all the things that somebody needed to do to, create the perfect home environment and provide for our needs. And my oldest child, thankfully, because I was able to spend a lot of time with her, even in between my shifts, I got maybe 4 hours of sleep a day. With, basically being mom, dad, and the breadwinner, it was exhausting. So just because you're married and have supposedly 2 adults raising children does not matter. It's what the relationship is like. Yeah. Now, some women feel resentment at having to stay home. And when I was younger, I felt resentment. I was like, no, I needed to go out and do. I got married at 19. I turned 20 12 days after my oldest was born. And I was I resented the fact that, oh my God, all my freedom's taken away. And, but now that I look at it with my youngest child, I've been home with her every day because of an accident. I was in 2 accidents within 2 years that basically put me in the disabled, but I refused to file for disability status. I was a strong, independent female, considered myself that I had to strive and achieve above others. My dad used to call me his firstborn son. I was the oldest of 4. And so there was a lot of pressure put on me, and I just wanted to achieve. And so going from that strong, feminine, Rosie the Riveter type person to stay-at-home mom, which I always wanted it. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And when Mercolium was able to give that to me with our youngest, who just started kindergarten this year, it was a great experience. For the last couple of years, I've been able to stay at home with her, nurture her, bond with her. I mean, all the things that a lot of feminists and male allies and everything is like, oh, it's not necessary anymore, blah, blah, blah. No, it's part of the human development. You need to bond with a parent. A parent needs to bond with that child to where they feel safe. And it was stressful. Basically, you're working 24 hours a day. I mean, it just, the person who's going to work I get to go to work, come home, relax, participate at home. And the person that stays at home does kind of resent the person that goes to work because they get those interactions. But as long as the person who goes to work says, hey, we'll come up with a schedule where you get you time, I get me time, we all get family time. As long as you're communicating, it's fine. There's always going to be stress and a little bit of resentment because of, losing your so-called freedoms, but it's finding the balance and communicating with your partner. That's what it works. Yeah. That's how it's worked for me. And now that my youngest is in kindergarten, I can go back to work once my body physically starts to work for itself again. But it was really, really great to actually have that time at home with my youngest. It was a completely different experience, and I treasure every moment I've had with her.
My mom, she was kind of the last.
Hey, take the squeaky toy butt plug out.
Yeah.
She's deciding she wants to play with everybody right now.
Whoa.
See, my mom was one of the last of the stay-at-home moms. My parents, they dated for 8 years, then got married. They've been married for 42 years, so they've been together for over 50. But growing up, my dad, he would work 3rd shift for the state, so 11 o'clock at night till like 9 in the morning, and then he would sleep till 1. And my mom would be here at home the whole time, watching us kids and then sending us off to school or picking us up. And that lasted until we were into our late teens when, mom started her own business doing house cleaning for people. But it was nice just growing up, having a parent that was always there, didn't have to see babysitters all that often. So it's the last of the dying breed right there, because now you have to have dual incomes just to survive.
Yeah.
Well, see, I grew up in a divided household. I was a military brat, and my parents, they had a horrific marriage. I mean, they were both abusive towards each other and blamed the other for the separation and all that. And I was the daddy's girl, but I loved my mom too, but she couldn't cook or clean to save her life.
Hold on one second,
she was an EMT and a registered nurse.
All right,
what's that?
Thorn is, you want to say goodbye to everybody real quick, Thorny?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Again, like, I've been Thorn Inside. It's on Twitter, Lady of Misrule, Lady with an I, of with a 0. And my YouTube is actually linked in my description, so you can head on over there and check me out on Sunday. I got something special planned for Halloween and a lot of changes for my channel ahead. I hate to cut out early, but sometimes you gotta.
Yeah. Hey, Thorn, give that BBC
you gotta do
a fist
what you
bump
gotta
for me.
do.
I will.
Right on. It was good talking to you.
All right.
Yeah,
See you later, guys.
All right.
Thank you,
Take care.
Thorny.
Nice talking to you, T-Tech. Bye.
See, I like to keep things classy.
Oh, hey,
That's right.
Tiberius Kirk joined us. I'm not used to hearing that name outside of the AP stream.
Oh wait, he was on the he was on Cog and I's stream the other night. I think he was like one of the only people on there.
Yeah, Captain Kirk gets around.
Thorny's actually, I'm gonna plug her and me at the same time, giggity. But she's actually coming to the Devil's Advocates this Sunday. So she is a very, very clever woman. Great with banter, off the cuff.
She's really natural.
Oh my God, I've been looking for other females to have on our banter channel, and we've had a few females, but you know, she's got off the cuff, and she doesn't mind being vicious now and then either.
No, man, she was great.
Yeah,
it was really worked.
I had a good first impression. Yeah.
But
she's really great. I love the stuff she puts out. I'm sorry I didn't find her sooner. And if it wasn't for that frickin' Ginger Hamster fuck, I would have probably found her sooner too, because Ginger Hamster's he was doing his dodge and avoidance and doing, I guess, real life things. So otherwise I'd have met her sooner.
I hear you. I met.
But anyway, what I was saying with the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
I was going to say what I was saying about the family was, I grew up in the South in Alabama. I was born in Texas at Fort Hood, in the Darnell Hospital. You know, back when I was itty bitty. You know, I've actually got a scar underneath my eye that's from where they slipped with the scalpel, and some people see it sometimes and others won't. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened to your eye? And I'm like, don't laugh at me. I was born that way. You know, kind of stuff. But you got to have a sense of humor. Anyway, so raised in the South, everything was like Jesus, 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 revival tents, everything like that. And, you know, everybody had mom, dad, you didn't divorce. It was against the rules of God. And then when my parents did divorce, I'd seen all my other family members. There might have been drug addicts, liquor runners, and all that, but they still stayed together. So my goal as a child, as a female, especially the firstborn, and taking care of my full-blooded brother and then my 2 step siblings later, it was family over everything. And I always wanted that white picket fence, but I also had that goal inside that was like I had to overachieve and, you know, basically prove something. And so once they actually got together, and this is what a lot of ladies don't realize, is just because you're dating a person, you've been with them for a while, being with someone and fucking them for several years does not equate love. It may be a fulfillment of lust. You may think, hey, if we have kids together, this might make things grow, but that's not it. The kid doesn't make you grow. I mean, I got married to a preacher's kid when I was 19 with my firstborn. I got married. It doesn't make love. It makes resentment. So if you're not in love and you go ahead and have children and then try to make somebody stay home to take care of the child, and then you realize, oh shit, we don't have this together. No, there's not going to be much love in that family at all. You'll resent the child, you'll resent the schedule, and just it's all around bad. So just women need to think a little bit about what they're doing when they're bringing life into this world, because as women, no matter how much the feminists want to deny it, since we bring the life into this world, as women, we are ultimately the most responsible for what happens to that life.
I'm gonna leave here because I really should probably go to bed. But so I'm gonna leave. But it was good being on here. Good seeing all you guys again. And by the way, T-Tac, you should see what Dual Wheel just posted on Twitter. He did a picture of you on his mobile phone. It looks awesome, actually.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, I like that.
It's like a gear eye and everything. But okay, I'm gonna go. It was good seeing you guys. I'll be on that stream with the Void podcast tomorrow morning at 5, and then it's off to work at 8. So
cool.
All right. Occam. See you guys.
Peace out, man.
All right, later, Occam.
I like that. It's like a
damn, I'm just driving them all away. I'm just driving them all off.
I called him Occam shot, so I think it was time to go.
Come on my tits. More like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fucking sick, Dual Wield. I like that. You did that on your fucking phone? God, I hate you. Why are you so talented, you dick? I love you, Dual. You're good. You're good.
Oh, I gotta see what he did now.
Yeah, it's on. I just retweeted it. It's pretty fucking cool.
I gotta go back to my page.
Yeah, I just retweeted it and he posted it. It's pretty
very
fucking
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my god, that is fucking. Oh my god.
That's pretty cool.
See, this is why the man needs a new computer.
I know, right?
If he can do this shit on his phone, what's he gonna do with his computer, man?
You wonder where he gets all that talent. Well, he must be a ginger because he may not have a soul, but he's been stealing it from others, and those souls have talent, so that's what he's been using to make things like that on a fucking phone.
Hey, I think this is as good a time as any to plug Dual Wield again, if that's okay. Hey, Dual, if you can throw your GoFundMe in the chat again. Dual's laptop blew up and exploded and died and stuff. So that was his studio PC. So now he can't make music. He has to sit and do his Photoshop shit on his phone now. So if you can throw a couple bones his way, help a dude out, do it, please.
And not just that, but the man's working too. I mean, he's doing all kinds. He's actually working and hustling the real job, not just asking people online to do it. He's actually putting in work too to try to earn that shit. He's not just saying, "Hey, my shit went wrong. Can you fix it for me?" He's not looking for social welfare or anything like that. He's actually like, "Hey, if people are willing to help me out, that's great. But hey, I'm going to do it too, because if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it." And he's getting it.
Yeah, and the avatar you see right here, this T-Tac avatar was actually made for free on his own time. So he's made a lot of art for a lot of people, just, you know, as a fan. So this is kind of my way of repaying him. Otherwise, I'd be in here with my fucking.
I've been spreading it where I can. I've been spreading it where I can because Dual's a great guy and he does do good things and he's nothing but a positive influence. I don't think I've ever heard him say something negative about a single thing at all.
See, you're better at this.
He's just full of positivity.
You get to do the next show.
He's just a good, positive person. See, I'll shill others because, you know, honestly, I won't shill a shithead. And Dual might be a bit of a shit once in a while, but he's not a shithead. So,
for sure.
But yeah, no, I mean, he doesn't just say, "Hey, my life's fucked. Fix it for me, guys." He's doing his thing too to fix it. So he's almost too nice. Yeah, I agree, Freedom Fred. Maybe we need to do an inside report of Dual. Giggity.
Yeah. Let's get Geek Thulu on.
Where did Irate go?
History. What do you think? You think you can get Geek on it?
Oh shit, Geek's not on.
Yeah.
I'll get Geek on it.
Oh wow, I was muted.
Bearing ain't caring.
Didn't notice that. What?
Bearing, he ain't caring.
That was funny as shit. T-Tac, man, that was a classic.
No, see,
I didn't do it. I had no part in that, man.
Dude, you had his dick firmly in hand and was yanking like it was your fucking dinner on the other end, man. What? That was hilarious.
Dual did that one. That was all Dual.
Yeah, it was.
No, that was
T-Tac, Miles and that was Dual, Miles and Beard Burying, man.
Yeah, see, I kept waiting for Beard Berry to actually say something. I kept waiting for Berberian to do something other than white guy dance to it.
No, he just got the head bob going.
The Berberian didn't add anything but a platform, and the other guys did that. Yeah, T-Tac did the Spice Girls thing, and it still kills me that Ghastly was Baby Spice.
Yeah. Did you guys hear? I explained it to Gemini on one of his streams why they were who they were. Like, so Ghastly was Baby Spice because she was wearing white in that, and it seemed to fit. Pepe, Angry Pepe, AP, whatever, ended up being Scary Spice because her hair's so big in that she's wearing the green shirt, and it just his head fit over her hair better. And then Whitey's jumping around like a spaz in the background, so I made him Sporty Spice. Yeah, I made him Sporty Spice. Posh Spice doesn't do much in the video but stand around, which is why I put my head on her, and Gem just ended up being Ginger Spice. So it all just kind of worked out that way. But yeah, I was pretty proud of that one. That one was a lot of fun to do.
Good
Ghastly
job, bro.
Spice was so hot.
Ghastly Spice was pretty hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh my god, that is fucking fun shit.
Good shit, yo.
Oh my god, it's not quite 10 yet, but it's getting there.
It's a part of tell. You want to open up the and let them come in for the last 15 like we do.
We'll just open up and we'll fill ourselves up with everyone we can.
Yeah, let's
that's
stream with Cream.
If you want to come on in and cream with us, come on down because I'm putting it in now. Bam.
Motherfucking ass is in here. Get in here now.
Click the link.
Are you man enough?
Get in das orgy.
Are you man enough? Are you man enough to take us all one at the same time? We will lay you down and spread you out.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. That was perfect, dude. Do that again.
What? Oh my.
Oh my. I've got George Takei in here. George Takei is he can firmly affirm and totally agree with me on this. The fact that Bill Shatner, also known as William Shatner,
or the Shat,
is actually a reptilian.
Oh my.
It's where the Shat is at.
I don't know what the fuck George Takei sounds like.
Yeah.
Wait, is it Takei to you guys?
Freedom.
Who is doing that?
That was me.
Who's doing that? Oh my.
That was me.
That was Keck.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, do it, man.
Oh my.
It's perfect. Yeah, I love it. I really love the way you do that. It reminds me of I love it. I just love that. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
And I did not fuck red pill black. Okay, just everybody get that shit out of their brains. Okay, that's we have a purely parochial, colloquial. We're just good friends. Where there's nothing else to it. She's my professional partner or whatever. That's all there is. There's no sexual involvement there whatsoever. Okay, just want to make
true
sure.
Love.
It is.
Freedom, how fucked up are you?
Freedom, you trash, bro.
Freedom.
Too trash to find that unmute button.
AP. I'll unmute his ass.
Oh, you can't unmute them for them. Damn it.
Damn it, I can't.
No.
Dude, ask me
No, the
something
person.
where...
Come on, Freedom. Unmute yourself.
Oh, lost Silverblade. Oh, man.
Where
Red, what are you doing to these
now,
guys, man? Everyone's just dropping out.
I'm just working them too hard.
I blame you. No. The The cream can come easy. You don't have to go hard on it.
Dual Wheels going.
Oh, I go hard or they go home, baby.
Platonic is the word I was looking for. Uzi Q does get the magic lollipop later tonight. I just want to make sure that she knows that platonic was the word I was looking for. She did read my mind. She is telekinetic, and I'm just proud to call her my friend.
I bet you if you asked her real nice, she'd feel the bumps on your head and tell you what your problem is.
Yes, she actually is a certified phrenologist. You nailed that perfectly. There's something about you redheads that there's a clairvoyance that cannot be denied. It cannot be denied. But Dual Wield is saying later, cunts. He does have Sunday off. I don't know what that means, but I love you too, brother, and we'll see you in the interwebs.
See you, Dual.
Dater
boy, Blue.
Yeah.
So, who is left in the chat? Who is left out the group?
Can you do a thing where you can see, oh, I can do it. I can see participants. Whoa. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm seeing 11 viewers.
Yep.
I did participants, and the only participant I see is irate prostate. Something's wrong with my thing.
Yeah, I can see like eight people at least participating, 10 watching. Cool.
Oh, that's crazy. How did you do that?
I thought that was something that only the owner of the stream could do. The headmaster pop out chat. What? So that's how people fucking do it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm retarded. How do I not know this stuff? Why am I so fucking stupid?
Because you're usually in the damn stream and you're not in the chat, dude.
Yeah, it's true.
You don't whore enough in the chat.
I click participants, and the only participant I see is irate prostate. I don't get that.
Really?
What the fuck? I do that on several streams, and I click participants, and I can't see who is participating.
Maybe refresh? I don't know. Refresh your page. See what it does. No, because I always wondered how they got their chat boxes. You know, I know they're using OBS, and I was wondering how they could move their chat box around and stuff and make it big, and that's what they're doing. So that's fucking cool. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah, I'd like to learn how to use OBS too, man. It's like
See, the problem with OBS is your upload speed too. A lot of people don't realize is when you try to do
streaming.
So like if
OBS.
Yeah, it's like if you're trying to upload. Let's see, like we've got really great download speed, but because of where we live, if we lived 300 feet closer, we could get amazing upload speed. But it's because OBS and everything else, the way Mercolin was explaining it to me, is like you have two things trying to go out at the same time, and unless you have an amazing upload limit, it's really a pain in the ass.
You need a fatter pipe for it to go up, or higher.
Basically, you need a bigger orifice.
Yep.
Transport unit.
Exactly. Yes. So this has been another wonderful cream stream, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yes, another success in the box there. I thought Silverblade was coming back, but he is
gone.
What
now.
happened to
He's
that
gone now.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gone like Sarah in a Holland Oates song.
Like a pumpkin spice latte at a
Taylor Swift concert.
At a Taylor Swift concert. Thank you.
I don't know. Does that work?
You read my mind, man.
Hey,
I was trying to think of some goofy thing, man.
That awesome joke unmuted Freedom. Freedom, you there?
Oh, yeah.
Freedom.
Freedom. Hey, man.
Hey,
okay, I gotta know, how the fuck did that start? I've heard that for so long. How the fuck did that start?
Oh my god. Well, I think it goes all the way back to Gulf City and the Fright Power and Fright Supremacy movement.
It's AP.
Yeah. Yeah, it's AP and Gaslight.
Well, yeah, but I mean, because I found Ghastly's original ghost test on his gaming channel where his ghost looks geeky as fuck. And I've been watching some of his gaming stuff to get kind of like some backstory, like what the fuck's going on? Because I didn't find them until I want to say mid-June or so. I'm like, all right, what's this all about? And then I realized how big it had gotten. But then they started doing the whole freedom thing. I'm like, where the hell did that start?
Yeah.
I always have to know everything. I miss information.
Actually, you know, and that is about the same time. All right, because in 2015, I had a shoulder injury. I had a torn rotator cuff, so I was out of work. And so I started spending time on YouTube and kind of started, you know, getting to feel my way around it a little bit. And then I went back to work. I work in construction. And anyways, back in May of last year, I was laid off. So I also gotten a nice settlement from the year previously, a really nice settlement. I mean, beautiful. Got new weapons, got new vehicles, fucking beautiful. Anyways.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. It was it was like 21,000. So it was a nice settlement. Anyways,
you did better than me. I ended up only getting 5 after my settlement.
Yeah, well, I played it.
And I got hit by a semi-truck.
Yeah. So anyways, you know, it's like that's about the time that I started finding Ghastly and K&N, and this was before K&N got fucking erased from YouTube because of those pricks. Oh Jesus!
I went on vacation and I was like, I come back, I'm like, what the fuck? So I was mad.
Yeah. All right, well, all right, Freedom. Maybe do you know the story? Who knows the story of what happened that exactly got them shut down?
Okay, supposedly, from what I know, there was some kind of copyright on the K&N logo. That's about?
I've been hearing about that lately too.
Really?
Yeah, that's about the only thing that I've heard of. And personally, I think it's bullshit because, you know, I see other K&Ns out there and they're like left-wing type shit. And it's like, oh, they're allowed to do their shit. But, you know, you have one. And to be honest, AP, you know, he wasn't even right-wing, so to speak. He was just like out there just, hey, you know, fucking, I'm fake news. and
see,
they still.
I went back and I did digging. And from what I was told, and see, this whole thing about the K&N thing seems to be pretty recent. I started following those fake motherfuckers. They don't even put out content, really. Yeah. So, and they were trolling AP, talking about like, oh, that's why you got a copyright strike, blah blah blah. But I guess they got a couple of strikes, and it wasn't for every episode of Kekistani News Network. It was a few of them. And the first time Gulf City Cartoons did their streaming, Ghastly let a few of us pick some of the original stuff we wanted to see because we'd missed seeing it, and unfortunately AP's channel had to drop several of those episodes because they kept getting flagged like crazy. But it was a lot of the stuff they didn't like it, so they would get copyright strikes or violations of terms and all that. And then I guess within this last week, the other K&N that looks like the CNN logo, it's K&N, but with the red outlines and everything, they're the ones that's like, oh, so you ended up losing it, and we've got the emails from YouTube. Motherfuckers, release those emails or fucking shut up.
Yeah,
I don't believe for a second that it was a copyright thing at all.
As far as canon
because they
goes,
don't do YouTube at all.
As far as their canon goes, from what I've seen from the story they tell, is it was because Ghastly wasn't doing his job as producer and wasn't reining AP in. He was letting him make fun of trannies and call people faggots and stuff like that, and that's what got K&N shut down. But that's canon. I'm not sure if that. So that's all I know. I'm not sure how that works with what happens outside of, you know, the Gulf City universe.
You know that.
See, I think
that does sound correct. I mean, you know, because AP, you know, he's no holds barred. You know, when he's got an opinion or when he knows something for a fact, like Blair White, you know, that's a dude. I don't give a shit. That is a fucking dude.
Yep.
But anyways,
a beautiful dude.
Like, you want to go speak your mind, and people get offended, and next thing you know, they're flagging your shit. It's like, fuck. What the hell do you do?
It sucks.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's crazy bullshit.
But they did resurrect, and they're back with a vengeance.
Well, oh my God, though. But KNN, dude, AP at KNN almost had 9,000 subs, dude. I mean, you know, you're looking at, you know, at this point, he would have had what Magog has. And even today, I was looking at Magog's channel, and he's all like, he's depressed because he's losing subs and he's losing views. And it's like, why would Magog be losing views? Magog is he's a good producer.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's because there's not enough new blood. I think there needs to be new corpuscles going through these veins and arteries and shit. And like, you know, that's why Warski is not doing a daily thing anymore, is because, you know, they don't have any new they're not tapping into the new people, is what I'm saying. Okay. And I'm talking about people not only like me or Red or T-Tac, or, you know, but, you know, people that are undersubbed and that have, like, you know, quality content and potential, you know. And I think that it would be more like a comic boomerang, you know, karmic boomerang, if, you know, if they would look at situations like that and maybe take advantage of that, and just kind of give exposure to some of the smaller channels. I don't know. That's just my personal thing. You know, go ahead.
Something I've seen is if you build a channel around a character, especially when it's you in real life, and it involves you changing physical, verbal, and mental characteristics, it's exhausting.
It is.
You will wear yourself out. The other thing that a lot of people forget is always leave them wanting more. Don't overexpose yourself. And this is coming from a stream slut. I can't be called a stream whore anymore because I don't get paid for it. So I jumped on stream with people. But I don't give a fuck about monetizing my channel, hence why I showed the blooper porn, okay?
Yeah, and I work for a damn living.
You're going,
so, yeah, it's like...
But also, I mean, I do this for fun and to amuse myself. And I understand other people want to be famous. Or, like with Magog, he's got schooling and other things he's trying to pay off. But if you start astronomically big with a big budget and big this and big that, it's going to drain you. You're not going to want to put your passion in it anymore because it's not a passion. Now it is a job, not a fantasy. And I've done role play. I do LARPing when I can with my schedule. You know, it's supposed to be an escape from reality. But when you give that escape an actuality, you know, a physical representation, and then you go everywhere with it, it's going to catch like fire for a minute. But then you got to go bigger and badder or go the fuck home.
Right.
Well, and unfortunately, Magog went.
Again, sorry.
He went so big, so fast.
What do you LARP as?
What was that?
What do you LARP as?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I play either a warrior or a mage, depending. And it's not on paper. It's not on paper. I go out and physically fight motherfuckers.
Well, not as a wizard.
I throw things at them as a wizard.
So do you have?
I have a dagger.
Do you have like tennis balls that are like
spell balls at them? No, tennis balls are too hard. You actually have to pack them with other softer yet heavy enough to reach your target type projectiles.
Okay.
So I've been switching up and around with my stuff.
Like you fill a racquetball with.
You're not actually allowed to. See, I go to Amped Guard, AMTGARD. It's a worldwide thing. I haven't been in months, so I don't know what rulebook 7.2 is now. But there's enchantment strips. But I usually go out with a mid-range weapon, and then throw things at people and enchant the fuck out of them. And I used to, when I was 17, I would go out in a low-cut dress and a cloak, and then I'd throw the cloak back, distract the fuck out of them for real, and then hit them with things or have other people hit them.
Nice. Sweet. All right, y'all. It's time
Use
to
your advantage, motherfuckers. Use your advantage.
It's time to kill the stream. Oh, I don't want to.
All right.
All
right.
I like to keep it 2 hours. You know.
Alex.
On 3.
Keep them one more, right? That's what Red said.
Give us a good closing. Come on, Alex. Give us a good closing.
Well, that's it's the cream stream.
I gave
and
good openings. Alex can give good
right.
closing.
That's right. I'll fill that closing in. And you feel that closing in? Interesting.
You do have good openings.
So, but I do want to say thanks everybody that came. Thorn, it was a fun. Hope you have fun watching the rest of this shit. Occam, we really don't miss you. And I want to thank T-Pack and Red for filling out the rest of them, and the Messiah Cack himself, and Freedom Fighter.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, for coming on. All right, and we'll see y'all this week, same bat time, same bat channel. Daterludes and